Greetings. I'm recording this video live from my little cabin here in Tantrika Institute, Portugal. And this is a community update video, a short but important one. And I hope you all watch it all the way through. So yeah, just want to catch you up on what's going on in the Tantric Yoga Now community, which is also the Tantrika Institute community. As most of you know, Tantrika Institute is a educational organization that has an online component, which is the Tantrika Online Learning Portal, and a brick and mortar component, which is our retreat center here in central Portugal. So I have announcements about both of those things. First off, we were, in terms of retreats happening in Portugal, some of you wanted an update about that. Of course, travel and borders they're not completely open yet. Hopefully they will be soon. But we're commencing with a sort of modified retreat schedule. And our first retreat here on site, our first public retreat ever, is next month, and that is a Vijnana Bhairava Tantra retreat. And it's already sold out, even though only Europeans can come. The interest was strong enough to sell it out. Now, the good news is every retreat that sells out here, we're going to broadcast portions of it live. We're going to do live stream as well as record. So those of you who want to do a home retreat can participate from home. And again, this will only be offered for retreats that sell out on site. Then we'll offer this online streaming version of the retreat as well. So we were going to do a retreat in May, but we're going to actually go ahead and cancel that one because, again, travel restrictions look like they won't be lifted by then. And we're going to go ahead with a June retreat, which is on the Recognition Sutras. So we're super excited about that late June retreat on the Recognition Sutras, and especially the practices of the Recognition Sutras in that daunting but awesome chapter 18 of the text. So we really hope that some of you can travel and some of you can come for that June retreat. It's going to be absolutely wonderful, and we expect to sell out that one as well. Then probably another retreat in September, by which time hopefully anyone and everyone can travel. Remains to be seen if what the protocol will be, if people will need vaccination cards or whatever. We don't know. But anyway, it's looking hopeful as far as I know. Okay, so that's the deal with the on-site aspect of Tantrika Institute. And in terms of the online education aspect, I'm really happy to announce, and this is the major announcement. I'm really happy to announce that our online learning portal is now completely free of bugs and issues. Right? We had a beta testing phase that basically lasted longer than we thought. It lasted up until the end of February, let's say, or mid-February, sometime in there. And, some of you experienced some bugs, and that was good because that enabled us to see where the issues were and solve them. So thank you for the patience of all those who were affected by that. But the majority of students were not affected by any of that. But anyway, it's very exciting to announce that our Tantrika online learning portal is now robust. It has strong cybersecurity, it is free from bugs, and if you have been waiting for this moment to sign up, well, now's the moment. Now's the time to go for it. And so I also want to announce that I will be less and less in the Facebook group, Tantric Yoga Now, and more on the online learning portal itself and answering questions on there, which I haven't really been doing so far. So that's really important to know. We're really beginning our migration of the community to our own private, web portal, which will include ultimately all kinds of functionality that enable you to interact with other community members in the way you do in the Facebook group. And we're not there quite yet, but we do have a lot of functionality and a lot of interactivity for sure. So if you, again, now's the time to get on there, and especially if you enjoy, the teaching videos that I've made in the Facebook group and on YouTube, all of that's going to be happening there from now on, and that does include the VBT course. So the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, this astonishing sacred scripture from 1,200 years ago, is it's about 160 verses long, and we did in-depth study of 110 of those verses in the Facebook group and posted those videos to the YouTube channel as well. Many of you saw them on YouTube. And now we're transitioning the VBT course over to the Tantrika online learning portal. So again, we did the majority of the text in these social media venues, which are, problematic to say the least, these social media platforms in various ways. And so we'll complete the VBT, that is to say, verses 112 through the end. That will all be happening on the Tantrika platform. Okay, so many of you are wondering, about these levels that we have on the Tantrika platform. So I just want to summarize that for you, because there's, a lack of clarity in the community. So on our learning portal, there's a free level, right, which gives you access to a whole bunch of teachings and practices. That's called the Kula level, K-U-L-A. Kula means community. And that gives you access to the Foundations of Tantric Yoga free online course, which is actually quite comprehensive. It gives you access to live Q&As and time-limited access to the recordings of those Q&As. And then there's another level called Samayan, and that's a word for a kind of basic level initiate in the Tantric tradition. And the Samayan level, and I'll post this in a comment as well, but the Samayan level includes everything previously mentioned, plus our signature courses like the Real Story of Yoga, plus live course recordings, meaning recordings of previous courses that were live and that were awesome, like 7 Facets of the Tantric Path and Near Enemies of the Truth, which was a hugely popular course. And those are archived there at that Samayan level, along with our library, actually quite large and growing TI library full of satsang recordings, mantras, translations, PDF handouts, and more. So the library is actually really one of the main purposes of the site. Many people haven't explored it yet. And then the final level is the Tantrika level. And on the Tantrika level, that includes everything that mentioned before, and also access to our kind of flagship offering, our 7 Facets curriculum, which focuses on, kind of high quality, well-produced, in-depth teachings on the 7 facets of the Tantric path, like awareness cultivation, mantra science, the view, and cultivating the energy body as well, and more to come. And then also on that Tantrika level, there's the live stream satsangs that happen every Saturday, okay, and the recordings of those as well. So that's what's on the different levels. The Kula level is free, and the Samayan and Tantrika levels are subscriptions. And as you know, as I hope you know, we we can't offer everything for free. We do ask people to subscribe and make those offerings, those financial offerings, so that we can accomplish our communal goals, the goals we all hold together, like more offerings of more material, more publications, more in-depth trainings in the teachings and practices of this tradition, culminating ultimately in actual teacher trainings, training people how to teach and share this beautiful tradition, from its philosophy to its meditation and awareness cultivation and embodiment practices as well. Okay, so that's the summary. And once again, if you've been waiting, it's time. Please get signed up on Tantrika Institute online learning portal, whether at the free level or one of the other levels, up to you. And there's so much goodness at every level. So hope to see you there. And are there any questions? Looks like no questions right now. So I'm going to keep this video short and sweet, and hope to see some of you in person here. Again, we'll be offering this Recognition Sutras retreat in June, late June. More details about to drop about that. And the VBT retreat in April will be at least partially live streamed. More details coming about that as well. And that's it for community update. Good to see you. And hope to encounter you digitally and in the flesh again and again. Thank you for co-creating this truly beautiful community with all of us. Om.